Welcome to our collection of La Fontaine's fables. Today's story is The Peacock Complaining to Juno, and this is a retelling of the classic fable. These timeless fables may seem simple, but each one carries a powerful lesson for listeners of all ages, young and old. Now listen closely and enjoy the story. At the end, we'll have a fun activity to help you think about its message. Long ago, when gods still watched over the earth and animals roamed freely, there lived a peacock unlike any other. His feathers were dazzling, a magnificent display of blues, greens, and shimmering golds, each feather tipped with what looked like tiny eyes glowing softly in the sunlight. Whenever he spread his tail wide, creatures from far and near would stop to stare, amazed by his beauty. Yet, despite all the admiration he received, the peacock was unhappy. Each morning as the sun rose, the peacock would try to sing. His throat would swell and his beak would open wide. But instead of a lovely melody, a rough squawking sound would come out. The birds of the forest, who sang sweet songs every day, would turn their heads away, and the little animals nearby would scurry off, covering their ears. The peacock's heart grew heavy. Why must I have such a harsh voice when my feathers are so beautiful? He wondered. If only I could sing like the nightingales or the robins, then I would be admired for more than just my looks. He began to feel lonely, wishing he could be special in more than one way. So the peacock decided to visit Juno, queen of the gods, who was known for her wisdom and kindness. One bright morning, the peacock set off on his journey to the heavens. He flew higher than he ever had before, through layers of clouds that sparkled like diamonds. The air grew cooler and lighter as he neared Juno's palace, a magnificent place made of shining marble and golden pillars, surrounded by soft music from birds no mortal had ever seen. Juno sat on her throne wearing a crown decorated with stars. When she saw the peacock approach, she smiled warmly. "Welcome, beautiful bird," she said kindly. "What brings you to the palace of the gods?" The peacock bowed respectfully. "Great Juno, I have come to speak with you because I am troubled. You gave me the most wonderful feathers, and for that I am thankful. But my voice, oh my voice, it is harsh and unpleasant. I cannot sing like the other birds, and I feel as if my beauty is not enough." Juno listened patiently and then replied gently, "Dear peacock, not all creatures are given the same gifts. Each of us shines in our own way. Your feathers bring beauty and joy to the world, even if your song does not." "But Juno," the peacock said, "I want to be admired not just for how I look, but also for my song. Why was I given this gift of color, but not of music?" Juno stood and walked over to a window, pointing to a nearby forest where birds were singing happily. "Look there," she said. "The nightingale's sweet song fills the woods, but its feathers are plain. The robin's voice is a gentle melody, but its colors are not bright like yours. Your beauty is your gift to the world." The peacock watched the birds in the forest and thought deeply about what Juno had said. "But how do I stop feeling sad about what I don't have?" he asked. Juno smiled and replied, "By celebrating what makes you unique. You cannot be everything to everyone, but you can be the best version of yourself. Your feathers are a gift that brings wonder and happiness. That is a special kind of song, one that doesn't need words." The peacock spent the next few days in the palace thinking about Juno's words. He met other animals who had their own struggles. A tortoise envied the hare's speed, but Juno reminded him of his wisdom and patience. A fish wished to fly like a bird but learned to appreciate the freedom of the water. One afternoon, Juno invited the peacock to a garden filled with flowers and animals. "See how every creature and plant is different," she said. The world needs all of you. Your beauty shines in its own way. The peacock spread his magnificent tail in the sunlight. The colors shimmered brilliantly, and he felt a new pride in his unique gift. When the peacock returned to the forest, he was no longer sad about his voice. Though his song was still rough, he no longer tried to compete with the nightingales and robins. Instead, he focused on showing off his dazzling feathers. Animals who once ignored his calls now admired his beauty. The peacock learned to celebrate who he was, knowing that every creature has something special to share. Great job sticking with the story all the way to the end. Now it's time to see how well you understood the moral. With a fun multiple-choice quiz, you'll find the answers in the comments section. Take your time with the questions, and don't forget to leave a comment below to let us know if you enjoyed the story. Your feedback really helps us improve. If you liked it, show your support by hitting the like button. It truly makes our day. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Thank you so much for being with us.